Hi, Zizaran here with another video, and this is a PoE uni thing that's going to focus on boss kills. Now, it's going to be very long, but we will timestamp each boss, and we'll probably also just upload longer fights individually, so you can search for those alone, just for YouTube content. But this is going to be a very long video covering basically every long boss fight, all the really, really hard ones. So, enjoy the show. Right, so let's just not do any damage in the start. So in the start, Maven's very, very simple. She will start spawning these around the arena. They will enrage once there's 100. Once there's enough, they will enrage. You can also just pop them. They do some damage. Like, they do hurt. They will kill you later. Now, she don't do any moves until I damage her. Okay, she doesn't do moves until I damage her. There. Right. This is a very, very core important thing. It'll try to cheat you in the start. You want to put this in the bottom right corner or the middle. That depends on preference. Most people prefer the middle. I prefer the bottom right. This, you want to just run around while they explode behind you. Very, very easy to get killed by them. Cascade of Pain depends a little bit on your build. If you are block or... Yeah, like if you're a block build, it's just no damage. These, you want to stack in the same spot. Again, you can see my build is being punished for being low regen. But like for things like this, I'm actually not block. I'm just that tanky. But Cascade of Pain is pretty easy. You could also just like run like this. So you can see that having like good movement, very, very important for boss fights. And you see I'm trying to stack them in the same spot, so I don't want to mess up my arena. Let's move on to the next stage because she doesn't have more moves here. So you can just move like that and that's like avoided. Things that are hitting me right now they don't really do much damage. These also speed up over time. Right, stand still is another move where she'll just pick a spot on the arena and do like cheese grater move. This is probably the thing that kills the most because people will like backtrack into it and die. So now we'll move on to the next stage. So again, you want to keep those in the same spot. Just trying to like go slower than I normally would to like explain everything. The cheese grater also does very, very little damage. She'll usually aim for you. She can also aim for your totems. She can aim for your minions, which is why it'll sometimes seem like a random spot. If you're completely alone, she should always aim for you. Here, if you stand here now, you die. You want to move onto the side arena. And then once she's done that, move back in and stand not where the platforms were. Where the platforms were is where the beam will appear. In this, you just want to burst down the middle egg, as much as you can. Because the monsters can be really, really dangerous. It'll spawn basically anything the Maven can witness. So it can be really, really bad things. Like, I think they're like, Goddess is a really bad thing. The Goddess is a really bad thing because you can't always run it far enough away when she's standing in the middle. Right, now it's stage 2. There's a memory game being added to the game now. A lot of people don't like this mechanic. I really do, and I hope we get more things like this. But a lot of people don't like this because it feels gimmicky. So she'll show you first where to go. I'm going to show you a common death now. I'm going to show you a common death. So what happened? I completed the mechanic and I still died. And that is because even though you successfully complete the mechanic, it'll still do damage. So you really want to stay on the outer areas of the arena. That's like the most common death I see where people are like, what killed me? Died on purpose, KW? Yeah. Well, it's important to show people things. That's like the most common death we see. Yeah, people really don't like the memory game. I don't know why. So this is a big beam that'll just do a big slam. More cheese grater. And then this starts becoming really important. You really want to make sure you're not stacking these all over the arena because she only resets 3 times. So if you fuck up on the last one, you're gonna have a hard time in the last fight. And the memory game will get increasingly harder. And again, moving in boss fights is like key. Right. So now it would be like right, top, left, right, top. So I run like this. Right, top, left, right, top. And you see I'm staying far away from that. You can log out, but then you have to do the memory game again. So logging out is not like a good thing to avoid doing the mechanic. You have to do it. We'll move to the next stage now. There, and then again follow the platforms and leave with them. This will be on YouTube. Yeah, I'm trying to explain every boss fight. Again, move away from the platforms. They will always target where the platforms were, so you know exactly. Why am I lagging? They'll always target where the platforms were. Piety, I'm getting really bad bosses here. There are even worse ones too. Tolman is really bad in the current patch, but that will be better in the next patch. I'm lagging really badly. I'm dropping frames as well a little bit. Now, if you walk into this beam, this will happen. You'll get this, which is really, really bad. You'll lose macros, and you can no longer recover health, even from health flasks. That's a very, very easy way to die. Very often, if you hit that on hardcore, you instantly log out and lose a portal. On softcore, you can keep trying to survive. She won't always do the memory game instantly, but it will be her first move she can after she's off cooldown. Okay. Right, top, left, right, top, left. So just 2 full circles. And stay away from the circle that explodes for untankable damage for most people. It is tankable, but it's like 70k. It doesn't really gain any new moves in this part, so we're just gonna gank her down. Oh! Oh yeah, she has that now. That's another move, I guess. It's a slam. Very easy to avoid. Now, the last stage, incidentally, for most people, end up being the easiest, but it is very hard your first time. Very hard your first time. Oh no. And one more memory game. Right, top, right, top, left, top. Right, top, left, top. There, and now we're going to move into the last stage. We're going to kill the brain or anger or whatever you want to call it. And you see, it no longer resets the degen ground. Generally, the degen ground resets between stages. But this one will not. So if I'd place this everywhere now, I would have a really fucked arena. Normally, this build gains damage by like face tanking. Goddess is one of the worst bosses you can get as well. Right, here we're in the last stage. Now she's going to set up degen pylons. It's the same as the degen I showed earlier. I like to stand here to see what she's doing and then just teleport between the beams. But this stage is very hard your first time. Left, right, top, right, top, right. Oops, so I got hit by the degen. Left, right, top, right, right. So being able to face tank Cascade of Fade, really good for doing more damage in this fight. Obviously, you can have a build that has just more damage and avoid more as well. She will also do a new move now called Take This. It does nothing. You always face tank that. I don't think that can kill any build. Okay, another one. If that kills your build, consider following a new build guide. Left, top, right, top, right, top. Was it left, top? Yeah. Right, top, right, top. Oh no. Oh wait, actually I can life blast through it. I just can't like regen. It disables your regen, so it's really bad for DJing characters. Yeah, like this does no damage. Even in the gauntlet, people face tank that. And now we're just gonna burst her down. That's pretty much the entire fight. And her loot is being buffed in the next patch, so that's really, really nice. And you see how much Flame Dash is carrying in this fight. And you see that I use it a lot. Top, left, top, right, top, left. So top, left, top, right, top, left. Now, this is a really hard boss fight, so don't feel bad if you need multiple attempts on it. It does get a lot easier after you've done it a few times. And just burst her down now. What happens if you fail the memory game? Ooh, that's a good idea. I should have showed that. If you fail the memory game, the circle will start expanding massively and insta-kill you, basically. And the growing circle in the middle, that also has a very heavy degen. Sorry, I didn't even think about failing the memory game. I should have done that on purpose. So, kill order is extremely important in this fight. It depends a little bit on your build and preference, but you want to identify which one's where. So this is the Shaper. This is the Elder. This is a little bit on preference and depends on your damage. This is Ziri. I usually always kill Ziri first. This is Chayula. Chayula is like usually the easiest to leave to last. And this is Cortex, right? So I personally, and this is again, loads of preference, depends on your build spot. I always prefer killing Ziri. I really like killing Cortex, and honestly, they're all kind of scary. I'm going to try to explain why I'm killing them, but it'll be hard to explain. Elder into Zeri, never Cortex, because he's slow to spawn. Sure, actually that's a great point. So if Cortex is the first thing that spawns, always go for whatever else is there. Because Cortex has an insanely long spawn animation. So I got baited once by that, where I like, oh, he's spawning, because I wanted to get him out early. And I'm like, hello? 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 Where are you? Oh my god. And I could have like been DPSing the Elder boss for 30 seconds. So that's really, really annoying. Now, the way it'll spawn, first, it'll spawn 2. When you kill one, 1 more will spawn. And when you kill another, 2 will spawn. So you're left with 3. But you can basically kill 1, get the other 2 low, and kill those at the same time. And then you're doing 1, 2, 2. That's the best way to kill it. But let's do the fight, and maybe we can use the VOD to explain more after. Okay, so we have to do Elder here. That's actually pretty good. Because then we'll do Elder, and then we'll do Cortex, then we'll do Ziri. It's slow, though. This is a pretty good spawn way. Like, this is a pretty good way for them to spawn. And I actually want to start bringing him low now. I'm not that worried about the others if I can just get them both low. Because there's no timer here. Also, I don't think the degens stay forever in this fight. Oh. Oh. Now on hardcore, I would log. I'm gonna log even on standard. That is like when the ring circle is up and you have the black balls chasing you, that's when you really want to log out. Like that's why Cortex adds so much presence to the fight. White 2 mana flash to make sure I don't run out. Having things like Bottle of Faith and stuff is really good for this fight. Now you can have some patience and hold and wait a little bit. We're gonna get the Twisted down, or sorry, the Cortex down. Oh my god, dude. Very scary. At least they won't spawn, like, more bosses. There's no timer like in the other invitations. Wow. So that is the one that I told you on Cortex I normally log at. That's the black balls that follow you. On hardcore, I would always log on those as soon as I see the balls. This is also a fight that benefits from like a lot of damage. It deletes. It deletes. We really want to do Cortex next. You have 1 minute of invuln. Hard to see the ground with this too. Oh. Oh, I'm fucked. Ah! No point in logging either on standard. A lot of damage or constant damage? Constant damage. So I only have damage while I'm standing still. So that's why, for example, something like Stormbrand is an amazing boss killer. The bad thing is that Stormbrand has trash damage. You don't see anything? Yeah. That's one of the worst things about this build. Probably just... Oh god, the degens is the worst part. Because like my build has no regen. Please just die. Please just die. Oh, thank fuck, the degens are gone. That's the worst part. Okay, Urbidzir's alive. Now I'm gonna kill Shaper next. I don't really care too much about Chayula. Even though I have minus 40 chaos res, I'm not very worried. It's also, I have twinned as well, so there's even more chaos in this fight. I'm focusing down Shaper now. He's adding quite a lot of space. I also want to hit Urbidziri. Also, another thing worth mentioning for the build I'm playing right now, I have like the, I don't know what it's called, but like the ballista support thing. That is actually kind of annoying for this fight because it's not bad if they're attacking on their own. I have the one that they're only attacking when I'm attacking. Focus Ballista. Yeah, I have Focus Ballista. Which honestly for the Shaper, or sorry, for the Feared isn't necessarily the best. That's the main downside of this build, is that degens are really bad. But now you can see that it's a pretty easy fight. Now that the Cortex is down, I don't think... I might die once more, but we should be okay now. Now, if I was doing this on hardcore, I would want to have more chaos res as well. Because obviously right now I'm minus 40, so Chayula is actually scary. So loud. But like now there's not that much in the fight to worry about. So we just gotta keep moving and damage down. And obviously the The degen from the Shaper is like the worst. As you can see, again, another boss that's pretty okay. It was just moving in a circle. So now I probably only have 500,000 damage for this boss fight. Because I have like 3 million while standing still or right clicking. Which is fine for most bosses. Not so much for the Feared. And again, I'm very scared of the Shaper Beam. Oh, the bleed. Also, you would really want more bleed immune for Zeri if you're going to keep her up for this long. For the spears. Now it should be pretty easy. I wish he killed the Zeri last. I usually don't do that, but it's actually not too bad. But Chayula is like very easy. Oh yeah, that's pretty much the Feared. And then a lot of people, especially on Standard, will get to the point where they are having like 10 to 20 million sustained damage. And then they will just roll crazy mods and just burst it down. Even if you have 5 million sustained DPS, it'll be pretty good for just bursting down.